Hello, everyone. Once again, we have another glaring example of Putin trying to run a country he is not part of, where it's completely none of his business. So his latest is putting an interim government for Ukraine with supervision from UN. One sec. First of all, why? Ukraine has a government. Second, what are we transitioning to? You see where this is going, right? Basically, once again, he's trying to take over all of Ukraine, and he wants to control who runs it to sort of school people to the idea that they're going to be part of Russia again, which they do not want and never have. And some might argue, but well, hang on a second. He wants UN to supervise it. That's, folks, my lovelies, the same UN that while Ukrainian children were being murdered, conducted, I'm not joking, investigations following Russia's requests as to whether Ukrainian non-existent military biolabs were producing militant geese and mosquitoes. I am not joking. You can look this up. This is the same UN that, despite numerous violations of the UN Charter by Russia, multiple points of the Charter, failed to kick Russia off the Security Council and out of the organization altogether. So no, the fact that Russia wants UN to supervise this is not good news, because UN, as of right now, has no balls and no spine. Now, we do have some good news in terms of getting more ammo, which is awesome, from the Czech initiative. That actually has been going on for a while. This is just another phase of it. What's going on with that? This was launched last year and funded by multiple allies. And this is to respond to people who keep saying, well, why does US have to pay for it? It doesn't. US actually had provided less aid to Ukraine than EU. So, again, if you don't believe me, you can look it up. But one of the important things is that EU is closer geographically, and so the question of shipping in ammo, the question of transporting weapons, the question of training Ukrainian military personnel is easier resolved. It's not simple, but it's somewhat simpler when it's closer geographically, because Ukrainians can go right across the border into Poland or Romania. You know, it's right there. So this is very good news indeed. I'm glad the Czech initiative to provide more artillery shells continues, because that can be put to use right away. European leaders, again, continue moving ahead with the commitment to Ukraine without the U.S. There was one very alarming statement that came out, and that was basically a suggestion for people of Europe to have 72 hours worth of essential supplies, such as food, drinking water, and clothing and medication, in case there is a war with Russia. So they're not playing. They know this could happen. EU military leaders will travel to Kiev to talk about the support for Ukrainian army, which is awesome. And again, notice this. Look through the news. I want to say not even the last 3 years, but the last 12 months. Let's do that. And look at who had visited Ukraine, who physically went there. And you will see that the names of Donald Trump, J.D. Vance, Pete Hegseth, Steve Witkoff are not on that list. Keith Kellogg went, and suddenly we don't hear from him. Because what I suspect happened was Kellogg went, got the shit bombed out of him, and he came back and said, oh my God, guys, this is real. This is a global threat. We should be supporting the crap out of Ukraine. We need to commit to Ukraine. And he was immediately shut up. Because since he's gone to Ukraine, I haven't heard a damn thing out of him on the American side. So, and we have yet to see people who claim to be playing peacemaker we have yet to see them in Ukraine, and they need to go because it is an eye-opening experience. Case in point, there was another round of massive shellings, this time against Ukraine's city of Kherson, during which man and a woman were killed at a public transportation station. In addition, there were numerous strikes by Russia against Ukraine's energy infrastructure, and Zelensky said there should be a reaction from the U.S. Bruh, there's not going to be one. Sorry. I agree that there should be. If this was a decent country, there would be. Then there would be consequences for Russia, but I know exactly what's going to happen. There's not going to be a reaction from the U.S., and Russia is going to say that the ceasefire is not yet in effect because no sanctions have been lifted against Russia. And then they'll find some other excuse to continue striking Ukraine and murdering Ukrainian people because they're like that. Ukrzaliznytsia, the Ukrainian state-owned railway service, is saying it had partially recovered from the cyber attack, but it's gonna be, it's gonna be more work. Because again, remember, recovering from a major cyber event is a tremendous job. How do I know this? My employer was victim to a major cyber event a year ago, a year and a month. We are just finally tying up all of the loose ends, recovering from it. So it took over a year to recover from it. And we are not being bombed. So this is going to take a while. Germany's Eurofighter jets intercepted and escorted away a Russian Il-20 reconnaissance plane. Again, Russia keeps towing the line. This was over the Baltic Sea. This airplane was flying without a flight plan or activated transponder. How long is that gonna happen? How long will this keep happening without consequences to Russia? And yes, the mineral deal, which Trump keeps declaring almost done, it's not even close. And Zelensky's right. He's saying, they keep moving the goalposts. They keep, changing the terms, which is frustrating because who likes their chain yanked, right? So, and again, this is not really a deal that has anything in it for Ukraine. Basically, Trump does not understand the meaning of international aid, and he wants Ukraine's minerals as a payment. And Netherlands is stepping up as well. And again, when small countries like Netherlands, the Baltic states, Czech Republic are stepping up while US is sitting on its ass, that's pretty embarrassing. History will remember this. More to come.